Hi everyone, my name is Dina. I'm an architect specializing in restoration and revaluation of Italian properties. Today I will take you inside of my latest renovation project. I will show you my design decisions, the difficulties that we had to upfront, and the approach for the renovation. The apartment of 90 square meters located in Busto Arsizio, which is 30 minutes from Milan, has 2 rooms, kitchen and the living room. When we first visited the apartment, we saw from the beginning the big potential that it has thanks to its large windows and great big balcony and amazing view. This apartment of the late 60s was in need of serious updates, and finally, after all the planning, hard work and all the challenges, we are close to the finish. Before we start, I would like to share with you how I see restoration projects in Italy. Basically, there are 2 approaches to renovating Italy, and one is reconstruction and other is conservation. When I was working for the big firm in Milan, they were usually using the first approach. So it's when you strip out everything apart from the facade and the structure and you do everything from the scratch. When we talk about singular apartments or villas, it's difficult to apply this approach. So usually the single renovations, they are on the tight budget and you need to really adapt your project to the existing situation and try to make maximum out of minimum. But the biggest drawback of this approach is that you never know which surprises you will find. Despite being conservative, we had a significant change in the layout of the project. So as you can see, one of the biggest transformations was to connect kitchen and the living room. I think it would be a pity not to underline the space that this apartment has and to allow the natural light to enter in every corner of this apartment. We got rid of unnecessary huge corridor that back in the days was obligatory, let's say. Speaking about the normatives, we also enlarged the bathroom and we enlarged the doors to meet the modern standard. I really saw this apartment in this type of style. The reason why was because of its high ceilings, its amazing natural light, the big spaces, and most importantly, this furniture that was left by the previous owners. And I think it really stays into this Parisian neoclassic style. What is also good about this style is that even if we would have some inconveniences, some surprises, some walls that we cannot demolish, it would be always possible to achieve this result in the end. The best part about this type of design is that you can really play with the elements, you can combine new and old. Another advantage is that it's personalizable. You can personalize this type of apartment with any furniture pieces that you like, with any lighting pieces that you like. But in the end, if you in the future would like to sell this apartment, it would be always neutral. For the next apartment owner, it would be really easy to imagine his view, to imagine his furniture there. For those people who is trying to invest or trying to sell it after the renovation or flip, I think it's the best design choice. So let's talk about the challenges. I would like to start with the pleasant challenge. In the main bedroom, we discovered the hidden gem. It's an Italian classic oak flooring and it was popular back in the times. It's trending also now. However, if you would like to have this type of parquet made of massive wood and 2 centimeters thick, you will probably pay about 100-150 euros per square meter. So I think it's definitely a perfect outcome for us. It's sad to admit, but unpleasant challenges, they usually appear more often than the challenges. So it's a bit difficult to preserve the height of the apartment if you want to introduce new plumbing and electrical systems. But we resolved this problem by making all the systems go down under the floor. As we started to dig into the pavement to make all the system pass, we discovered that in this apartment there is two types of floors. Basically, there is double layer of the pavement. It's hard to believe, but it's a common practice in Italy when you have two, maybe three layers of different floor furniture. So one of the biggest challenges was dealing with workers. Finding a right experienced professional is difficult, but it's only the half of the problem. You really need to set up and deal everything in advance with these people. Otherwise, you risk to increase the costs, to receive the work that is not meeting your expectations, and in Italy, you in need of the worker and not them in need of your money. And I would like to say that from the first time it's almost impossible to keep in mind everything, so I advise you to negotiate with the workers, having someone that has a bit of experience. So it's the biggest challenge is to find responsible professionals that will do the work that they promised on time and without increasing the cost. If you're interested in how much we paid for each of the workers and for each of the contractors, I will do the next video where I will reveal all the costs with this apartment project. You need to understand that every renovation has a list of problems and challenges that I'm not speaking about here because they are too much obvious, too much trivial, like bureaucracy, time management, the costs, and all the technical challenges. If you're about to restore your home in Italy or you're just interested about architecture in general, subscribe and let me know in the comments, would you restore your Italian apartment or you would like to buy the new one already renovated, and see you soon.